Hey everybody, Mungo Dark Matter here, and welcome to Dark Matters. Just testing out my live stream again. Well, I guess all my streams that are live, so remote live stream, let us say. I'm streaming from an iPhone, sitting in my car in a parking lot somewhere, an undisclosed location. I just thought I'd try this out. I tried a test yesterday, but that was from my house with Wi-Fi. This should be running on cellular, and we're getting what? About 2,000 kilobits out of this, which is pretty good rate. Well, it's dropped a little below, but it's close to there. It's 1,800, 2,000 kilobits. Well, that went up to 2,100. All right. So it's doing pretty good. I just want to do this podcast so that I can go back home later and look at the recording and see the quality, how well it came out. Hopefully it's not, lagging and doing who knows what. But I think at this rate, it should be doing pretty good. So I'm pretty impressed by that. It's supposed to show the chat too, but I don't know that anybody's watching or going to put any questions in at this time of day on a Saturday on a kind of odd little video test. But if this works, that means I can do a few things. Maybe use the iPhone to stream remotely on remote locations. I mean, I see other people do it, so obviously it has to work. Okay, so like now I see I can see the chat now, which is pretty cool. I might have to adjust the size of it looks pretty good. I think I can kind of black out, or I guess they call it blacking it out or smoking it out, or I don't know. Make the background behind the text like a transparent gray is what I want to do. I believe I can do that with this app, because then I can read the text better. But anyway, a text from Stream Elements just came up on my stream, and I can actually read that on here, which is pretty cool. All right, so you may be seeing this in the future in an actual stream. What do you think about that? It is pretty cool. I would actually try it driving somewhere right now, but I have the camera mounted to the steering wheel, so if I turn the steering wheel, it would go like this. See what I'm saying? Not good. So yeah, and the camera would, I don't know what would happen to the camera after it spun around. Not a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to go back to reruns. I actually figured out how to turn the reruns off on the cell phone, which was no easy deal, because the app for Twitch currently does not have a thing where you can turn off the reruns. You can stream from it. I'm not actually using the Twitch app. I'm using, what am I using? I think the app's called IRL TV that I'm using. I like it a little better than the Twitch app currently, but the Twitch app, they're still working on it, let's just say that. But anyway, on the Twitch app, you can't turn off the reruns or turn them on, so I had to actually go to a web page on my iPhone, and the web page is like that big on the iPhone, which even if I could read it when it's that big, I can't press the buttons or the links because they're even smaller than that. All right, so I guess I'm going to end this stream and start the reruns again some point today. I will be doing some streaming, I'm sure. Just depends on my mode, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you all have a great day. It's just a thunder shower here today, and it was kind of clear, and now it's clouding up a little bit. I don't know what it's going to do. Hopefully it won't be a bad day. Hopefully it'll be a great day where you are. Get outside, do some stuff, or do some gaming, or go to a movie. I need to go see Solo. I don't know about that. I didn't have a really great starting weekend, but that's because, some of the Star Wars fans are boycotting it. I have never seen anything like this where, you have fans of something boycotting a movie. Usually it's kind of like, even if the movie's terrible, if they're fans of it, they go and watch it type of thing. But to be so like, oh, well, I don't really like the ending of that, or I don't think it should have ended like that. I don't think Luke Skywalker should have been he used to be the most positive, most optimistic person in the world. Now he's like really pessimistic, and he's just an old curmudgeon, and we don't like that. So, yeah, it's kind of like you either like a movie or you don't. You don't protest it. In my opinion, I mean, I can see kind of people's point. They don't like it. They don't like the direction it's going. They want to stop that. And it's like they're trying to make kind of the Star Wars universe like the Marvel universe, and the Marvel universe is just awesome. No one complains about the Marvel universe, but they do it really well. And also, people aren't invested in the same way, and it's not as, what would you call it? The Marvel universe isn't as maybe homogenized is the word. I don't know. It's not as like everybody saw the same Star Wars movie when the first Star Wars movies came out. Of course, it's changed over the years, but let's not get into that. That's another topic. Everybody's basically seen the same Star Wars movies, the same people playing them in the originals, and they saw that years ago, and some of them when they were very young, some a little bit older, and so even if you were born, say, years after Star Wars came out, you saw the movie on videotape, or not videotape, probably, well, you could have seen it on videotape or DVD or whatever you saw it on the first time, and so you had an impression of that. Now, like if you saw it on the videotape or the DVD later after the movie came out, they edited a few things, but this is not a major big difference. Still the same characters, still the same actors playing the same characters. With Marvel goes way back when there were comics, and I remember most of the Marvel characters. I remember them somewhat from comics, but more I remember them from cartoons, where they would have, like, they had a Spider-Man cartoon, they had an Iron Man cartoon that used to be my favorite cartoon. So I was like really psyched when Iron Man came back. The Fantastic Four, which they kind of messed up. I'm not sure if that's Marvel or not DC, I know that. I think it's Marvel. The Fantastic Four, which was like one of my favorite cartoons. And I had some comic books too, but the main thing I got them from wasn't as much comic books as cartoons of them. So that's the way I kind of view it. So people came from different angles and different time periods, and the characters in the comic books change over time. They try to, like in the 80s and the 90s and so on, they really updated certain comic book characters for the time, and they've always done that. Like, for instance, if you look at Captain America, who used to be like, there was actually a cartoon of that too, and I remember having Captain America comic books, and I thought that was really pretty cool. Captain America came out in the 40s originally, and they kind of discontinued him for maybe 20 years, and he came back in the 60s. And so with these movies, he's kind of come back again. And so they kind of update it. It's like our own mythology is what do you call it? Marvel comics or comic books and superheroes are our mythology. It's like our, pantheon of gods. Like you had the Greek gods and the Roman gods, and they would have stories about gods and heroes. Our heroes are like superheroes now. And we have other heroes and other genres and other stories, of course. But, I mean, even look at the Marvel comics, and you've got Thor. And Thor is a Norse god. I mean, the whole Thor comic is based on Nordic mythology. Thor is a god. Loki, whatever it is. name is the villain, who I really like the actor who plays him. I think he does a great job. He's the trickster god in Nordic mythology, so he's pretty cool. You got Odin, who's played by Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins. And even when they're talking about Asgard, all those things, even there's a point where they have like a rainbow bridge type thing through the universe, or some bridge through, I forget what they call it, but that's actually in the Norse mythology too. All of that is. And the Infinity Stones, no, aren't in there. That's a Marvel. I'm pretty sure that's totally Marvel. I don't know anything that's based off of. I might be wrong. I haven't really researched that, but just from my reading of fiction over the years and mythology and such, no, that's not really. It's something they made up, but it's kind of in the same kind of spirit, let us say. So, yeah, Marvel, really nice universe. With Star Wars, there's a potential for an awesome universe and an awesome stories, but people are like kind of stuck, like, oh, it's got to be Luke Skywalker. Well, the story of Star Wars takes it place in a galaxy far, far away and a long, long time ago. And obviously, there are many stories of many Jedis before that. There were many Jedis before Luke Skywalker. There were many Jedis before Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And there are even comic books and novels about the Star Wars universe. So there are a lot of stories you could have, obviously. You could come up with a new Jedi. It's a universe. It's like a Marvel universe has superheroes in it. And they have mutants in it from the X-Men. Whatever. You can have the same with Star Wars. You can have Jedis. You can have Sith. It could be stories from 1,000 years before when the original Star Wars started, or it could be stories from 1,000 years after. We don't even know. It's in a galaxy far, far away a long, long time ago. So you could go even into the future past what our timeline is, but we don't even know if you went far in the future in front of where the Star Wars sequels and prequels start out. If you went into the future of that, it was a long, long time ago. How long was a long, long time ago? It could have been thousands of years. It could have been tens of thousands of years ago. So we don't even know. You could go far into the future, and it could still be a long, long time ago, you know? So that's just the way it works. I think I went a little longer than I intended to go, but we'll see. This is a pretty good test, I thought. I might even, if this comes out, the video comes out okay, maybe I'll post it into my reruns, just to see how that goes. Anyway, where was I? Okay, I'm gonna end this stream, and then I'm going to run reruns. And I can't add this to the reruns though, because the screen's that big. And to add it to it, I don't think I can add it on the cell phone again, but I can restart the stream, and maybe I'll add this next time I run reruns. But if you're watching this, why would you care? You've already seen it, unless you missed the beginning and you wanted to find out about Thor and everything. Oh, there's another text message from Stream Elements. I do need to adjust that slightly, and I will do that after I hang up, as it were. If I can remember how to hang up. I think I just go like, oops, and that's not it. How did I do that before? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's not it. That's really annoying. Oh, there we go. Now I'm going to hit stop. All right. I'm Mungo Dark Matter, and this has been Dark Matters. And whatever you do, enjoy technology, enjoy the day, enjoy gaming.